Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. My name is Spencer, and I am recording this on May 15th, 6:56 a.m. Oh my god, it's so early. Hey, everybody, how's it going with your faces? Let's talk about some words. The first word in this episode is extirpate. extirpate. Transitive verb from 1535. I will try to not skip any words in this episode. I am so sorry about what happened in the previous episode. Okay, so 1A for extirpate, a word that I am not familiar with, is to destroy completely, and the synonym is wipe out. The tsunami, there's an earthquake in the ocean, and there's a big old tsunami from the ocean, big old wave coming at a landmass. There's some tiny little town on the edge of the landmass, the country, and the tsunami just it extirpates the little town. And that's a really, really sad example that I came up with. I'm sorry about that. Maybe there was something else. Ooh, maybe that TV show that I used to watch, Wipeout, should have been called Extirpate. That would have been fun. They should do a version of that called Extirpate. 1B, to pull up by the root. If you are trying to get rid of a plant or a weed or something and you don't pull up the roots, it's probably just going to grow again. So you got to pull up the roots to get it wiped out completely, extirpated completely, totally gone from existence. Kill it dead. 2, to cut out by surgery. To cut out by surgery. How else would you be cutting something out if it weren't by surgery? If you just take your knife and you cut a thing off, cut your finger off, is that considered extirpate? Even though a doctor isn't doing it surgically, it's still surgically cut off. Anyway, synonym is exterminate, which I think was that in the previous episode or the one before that. It was in the one of the previous episodes. Yeah, a couple episodes ago. And in the synonym information for exterminate, extirpate was one of the words. What did that one say? It said it implies extinction of a race, family, species, or sometimes an idea or doctrine by destruction or removal of its means of propagation. Yep, I remember talking about that. Just gone, wiped out. Extirpation is a noun, and extirpator is also a noun. That actually would be a pretty good villain name if you're talking about the superhero world, the comic world. The extirpator wants to just wipe everything out. I mean, right? Is that... Villains they all have their own agendas. Some of them want a lot of money. Some of them want land. Some of them want the superheroes to be dead. Some of them want to wipe everything out, I guess. I don't really know. I never really paid too close of attention of what they want. I didn't read the comics. But the extirpator just wants they just want chaos. They just want everything gone and dead. This word is from the Latin verb extirpare, which is from ex plus stirp or stirps, which means trunk or root. So that's what it is. It all comes from the idea of pulling the plant, the weed, out of the ground by the roots. You got to get the roots out. The ex prefix means out. Get the roots out of the ground, into the air where it can't live. Okay, I am going to make a sound effect that is going to be... It's probably going to change this episode throughout. Let's see what happens. The first one is going to be... Wah! The next word is extol. E-X-T-O-L, or you can add a second L if you are feeling scrunchy. This is a transitive verb from the 15th century. Extol means to praise highly, and the synonym is glorify. Extoller is a noun, and extolment is also a noun. So you're talking about how great something is. If you were to write a 5-star review on Apple Podcast for this podcast, then you would be extolling this podcast and possibly myself. And it would make me feel oh so warm and bubbly inside if you did that. And you should use the word extol in the review. This word is from the Latin verb extolere, which is from the ex prefix plus tolere, which means to lift up. To lift up. I feel like we've seen other words that are very similar to this recently. There's more of the word tolerate, by the way. Lifting up, if you're tolerating something, that's just like, I'm dealing with it. It's fine. Glorify, extol. I've heard this word before. I don't know if I would have known what it was if you just said, Spencer, what does extol mean? And I would have been like, is that where you pay a tax on a thing? No. Extol, lift up, raise the spirits of, praise. You extol me. The next word is extort. This is also a transitive verb from the 15th century. This means, extort means to obtain from a person by force, intimidation, or undue or legal power. Illegal, that's different. That's a wholly different thing. Illegal power. The synonym is wring, W-R-I-N-G, like wring out the water of the towel. You're trying to wring out the information from a person. You're squishing them. You're like, I'm going to cause you pain, so you got to tell me this information. But also, there's more to the definition. To gain, especially by ingenuity or compelling argument. That's a little bit different. It's not so much about force or intimidation or torture or illegal power. This is, you're using your wily smart ways, your ingenuity, your words to get some information out. You're getting something, you're gaining something, information, money, whatever it is. I don't know what you want. Food, that'd be a good one. Getting it out of them in a certain way, either by physical force in some form or maybe mental force, by you're convincing them to give it up freely. So, extorter is a noun, extortive is an adjective, and this word comes from, where does it come from? Here it comes from. It comes from the Latin verb extorquere, or is it extorquere, which means to wrench out, or also to extort. Or also, it comes from ex plus torquere, which means to twist. Like wringing out the towel, you're extorting the water from the damp towel. When you twist it, you wring it. Yep, okay, see, it's all making sense now. Wringing out the kid in junior high to get his milk money. There is also more at the word torture, which makes total sense because based on the definition, I was like, yeah, that torture, that seems like you're extorting information from these people. You are doing it by force, intimidation, illegal power. But also, the word extort has the first 4 letters of torture in there, extorture. Maybe that was a form that used to exist. I don't know, but it's torture, torture, torture. It also says, there's a synonym, it says, see the word educe, E-D-U-C-E, educe. And I think I do kind of remember that. It's like, is that similar to trying to get information out of somebody? But it seems like it's less forceful. Extort could be more forceful than educe, I think, possibly. The next word is extortion. We're just adding on to the idea of extort. Extortion is a noun from the 14th century. 1. The act or practice of extorting, especially money or other property. So those are the things that you are more than likely getting from somebody when you are doing extortion. But there's an especially part of the definition which says the offense committed by an official engaging in such practice. I was thinking of the word official when I said practice, so it came out as practice almost. The offense committed by an official engaging. So, I mean, I feel like anybody could do extortion, but in this context, it seems like it's often an official, somebody who has a job in an official capacity, maybe a police officer, a cop. They are in a position of power, so maybe they can extort people by doing extortion to get money or property from them. They're like, hey, if you don't give me money, I'm not going to provide protection to you. But your job is to serve and protect. So there's a difference of opinion there. Okay, number 2 for extortion is something extorted. What is the thing that is extorted? Well, especially a gross overcharge. You charged me so much money for this glass of water. You shouldn't charge me any money for this glass of water. So any money is a gross overcharge. This is extortion. You're trying to get so much money out of me for this little thimble of water. I'm not paying such money. This is extortion. Extortioner, that is a noun. And extortionist, that is also a noun. And that makes me think of a contortionist. A contortionist who is trying to get money out of you is a extortionist, I don't know, whatever. This is a stupid joke. The next word is extortionary, adjective from 1771, and this is archaic, and the synonym is the number 1 definition for the word extortionate, which is our next word. Extortionate, adjective from 1757. I realize that changing the sound effect makes it kind of confusing. It should be the same sound effect every time. But I'm sorry, that's not what this episode has. This episode has different sound effects. Okay, back to the word extortionate. Extortionate. Number 1, characterized by extortion. I don't know how to use that in a sentence. It's characterized. Oh, that action that they did, it's like extortion. It's like extortion. It's characterized by extortion. It's in the same world, so it's extortionate. It's an adjective. You're describing this thing as extortionate. Number 2, the synonyms are excessive and exorbitant. Excessive and exorbitant. As in the example, extortionate prices. Yes, this is where you feel like you're being extorted. That's probably a word. You feel like you're being extorted when you're paying these super, super high prices. Oh, boy, I feel like with inflation, we sometimes go to restaurants. We're trying to cut back on that because the prices are so insane. These prices are insane, and not in the good way for the buyer. They're so high. It's like they're trying to extortion us. But the thing is, there's a whole bunch of other reasons why these prices are so high. They're not trying to just get more money than they could previously. They're following the trends of how everything costs. And so everything is crazy expensive. Food, restaurants, gas, all that stuff. Excessive, exorbitant. It's more than it should be. Keep your prices where they should be, not too high. Extortionately, that is an adverb. The next word is the first form of the word extra. Extra. Adjective from 1757. Number 1, A. More than is due, usual, or necessary. And the synonym is additional, as in extra work. Yeah, if you could come in on Saturday to do some extra work, yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Yeah. I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday for some extra work. You won't get extra pay, but I need you to do the extra work. Okay. More than is necessary. 1B is subject to an additional charge, as in, this is sad, dessert is extra. Dessert is extra? I gotta pay more for dessert? Come on. Dessert should always be free. Always. Free dessert all the time. Number 2, the synonym is superior, as in extra quality. More quality than the other stuff. It's more quality than is necessary, so it's extra. Obviously, this podcast is extra. There's so many episodes. It's so superior. It's going to go on for so long. There's so many emotions. Okay, this says, the etymology says, it is probably short for the word extraordinary, or you could say extraordinary. I go back and forth on which one of those versions of the word I like. Extraordinary, extraordinary. Either one is fine. They mean the same thing. Here's that word. 2 episodes from now, we'll see that word. We got 1, 2, 3 and a bit episodes. Well, including this one, we got about 4 total episodes that all start with the word extra. Extra, extra. Read all about it. That's what I'm doing. I'm reading about extra. The second form of the word extra is a noun from 1793. Number 1, one that is extra or additional. One that is, it's a thing, it's a noun, it's a thing. As we got subs, 1A, a special edition of a newspaper. Extra, extra, read all about it. We've got something special in this newspaper for you. Come give me 1 penny and I will give you the newspaper. 1B, an added charge. Ugh, I hate those added charges. I don't want no added charges. I'm trying to think of, when have I had an added charge? Sometimes. I can't think of a specific example. Oh, we had to charge you extra because you sat in that chair. The planes, the certain airlines, they're going to give you those extra charges. Certain airlines, you got to pay extra to choose your seat. You got to pay extra to bring bags. You got to pay extra to blow your nose. It's not good. Okay, but if you don't have to do any of those things, if you don't ever have to blow your nose, then you can get some pretty cheap flights. So that's pretty good. What are we on? 1C, I think? Extra, 1C, an additional worker. An additional worker is extra, but specifically one hired to act in a group scene in a motion picture or stage production. And now, I think we're calling them background actors more often than extras. Can we get a whole bunch of extras? We need, sometimes I watch movies and I'm like, oh my God, they had so many extras. What were the logistics of getting all these tens or hundreds of people into this scene? Just the logistics alone, hurts my brain. I want to make movies where there's, no people. No. It's fun, with CGI these days, you don't need as many extras to add, but I think it's more natural. I think it's more interesting if you can get actual people to fill up the space that you're trying to fill up. It's hard, but people want to be in movies. They're like, hey, that's me. That's my blurry elbow over there. I've been an extra in 2 movies. I didn't say any words because that's the thing. Once you say some words, you're not an extra anymore. You are an actor. You're a paid actor. We went late one night, number of years ago after work. We went into the city of Chicago, the downtown area, and they needed extras for this restaurant bar scene out in the background. There was two people at a table having a conversation, and they needed people in the background to make it feel like it was filled up. And we did this all, late at night, kind of overnight. We didn't get home probably till 2 or 3 in the morning, and we were just hanging out in the back talking to some strange woman. But you got to talk either super quiet or don't say any words because they're recording audio and stuff. And we are highly featured in the scene. I mean, you see us multiple times. We got a primo spot. It was great. And then there was another time I was an extra. I only have a couple of stories. There was another time where they needed a couple of police officers, and so I went, and they had a police officer uniform for me that fit, and all I had to do was stand in front of a table of pictures and like fake like I'm taking some notes, and I literally thought, I was like, you're gonna see my elbow, that's it. But I'm like fully, like, you see my whole body and everything. That was pretty cool. I know a guy in New York who I think his main job is doing extra work, background actor work. And so he's always posting pictures of him in all these big name shows and movies and stuff. And he's in the AMC ad that's going out right now. There's a whole like love story between the two people, and then they bond with popcorn and soda. And he's one of the actors in the back corner. You can't really see him, though, because of the lights and everything, and he's all blurry. But he's in there. I don't know. It would be fun to just do extra work all the time. I think that would be kind of fun. Okay. When a topic comes up that I got something to say about, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give you a little extra on that topic. 1D, extra. One that is extra or additional as 1D, an attractive addition or accessory, and the synonym is frill. Ooh, frill. As in the example, cars loaded with extras. Ooh, what does that car have? Has it been pimped? Has that ride been pimped? Does it have spinny wheels? Does it have LED lights? Does it have the huge speakers in the trunk so you can't store anything, but you can listen to some bombastic music? What else? What other frills, fancy things? Monitors, VHS players, spikes. It's all frill. It's all frill. Extra. My car has no extra. Nothing. 2. Something of superior quality or grade. That's so extra. This is a word that's in a modern young person vernacular. It's just a word that people use. They're like, oh, that's so extra. Ooh, don't be extra. Ooh, extra, extra, extra. Read all about it. I don't know. It's just like whatever. It's just extra. It's just more stuff. I can't describe it better than that. Can we look up? Let's just do pop culture. I don't know if that's even the right phrase. Extra meaning. Pop culture is probably not. The term extra is used to describe someone or something that is over the top, excessive, or dramatic in behavior, appearance, or actions. When someone is referred to as extra on social media, it means they are doing things in an exaggerated or attention-seeking manner. You could be exaggerated and not be attention-seeking, but it's hard to separate the two, isn't it? Yeah, probably. I like to be a little extra, not necessarily attention-seeking, but just it's fun to be extra sometimes. Especially on this podcast, you got to make it fun and just have fun. Blah, 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 blah. The third form of the word extra is an adverb from 1807. Beyond the usual size, extent, or degree, as in extra large. I think we need to redo our sizes. Do we? I don't know. Maybe we have a lot of sizes. We got extra small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, and then, it goes on from there. Can we come up with different words, or do we just want to keep on adding the word extra? Extra large is beyond the usual size, extent, or degree. What's the usual size? Well, the usual size is large, But we've gone beyond large. It's extra large. I used to wear lots of extra large clothes. I just like the baggy stuff. The next word is the extra prefix. The extra prefix is here. It just means outside or beyond, as in extrajudicial. Extrajudicial. It's outside of the judicial world. I don't know. We'll learn about that in a couple episodes, I guess. The etymology for this extra prefix, which I guess is probably extra all them, it means outside or except or beyond. It is from, what did I say? It's Latin. Latin, by the way. It is also from the Latin exter, which means being on the outside. And there's more of the word exterior. So yeah, we've been seeing for all these episodes, the ex prefix means out or some form of that. And so extra is more outside. Outside except beyond. Oh, it's beyond. It's beyond what I can see. It's extra. I don't know what the tra means. Doesn't really say. Anyway. Got to be extra in my sound effect. The next word is extra bass hit. 2 words, but extra bass is 2 words with a hyphen, so I'm calling that 1 word. And you can't stop me. Noun from circa 1949. Now, baseball has been around since the 1800s, I think. But did we not get extra base hit until the 1940s? Okay, this is a hit in baseball that lets the batter take more than 1 base. Anything more than 1. So 2 or 3 or 4. A home run would be considered an extra base hit because it's more than 1 base. Why did they come up with this so late in the game, 50 plus years later? Can't you just call it a 2-base hit, a 3-base hit, a 4-base hit? It's an extra base. You get extra. You're only allowed 1. Sometimes you get extra. The next word is extracellular. Extracellular. Adjective from 1867. This is situated or occurring outside a cell or the cells of the body. As in, here we got some specific context if you didn't understand that. Extracellular digestion and also extracellular enzymes. And that doesn't help me. They are situated, this digestion or enzymes are situated or occurring outside a cell or the cells of the body. So where is this digestion happening? I don't know. I thought it would be inside the body. What? Or extracellular enzymes. They're outside of a cell or the cells of a body. I don't know enough about that aspect of biology. Extracellularly. Extracellularly is an adverb. I feel like there's some way that we can use this to talk about our phones. I've got extracellular reception. So if I go onto the moon, I will still have reception. Yep, definitely spat on my mic. Next is extrachromosomal. Extrachromosomal. This is an adjective from 1940, situated or controlled by factors outside the chromosome, as in extrachromosomal inheritance. Well, I know that there are people who have extra chromosomes, so would they be considered extrachromosomal, situated or controlled by factors outside the chromosome? So this is something that is, I don't know how to describe this. I don't know how to understand it even. Extrachromosomal inheritance. So this is something, I guess, that maybe you inherited from your parents that's not related to chromosomes. What is it related to? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a behavior? Probably not. I don't know. If you know, let me know. Next is extracorporeal. Extracorporeal. Adjective from 1865. Occurring or based outside the living body. As in, the heart-lung machine maintains extracorporeal circulation during heart surgery. Woo! So yes, corporeal, the etymology of that all comes back to the body, the that's not right. It's the body. It's all about the body. So this is extracorporeal. So what they're saying here in the example is that during heart surgery, sometimes, well, if they leave the stuff in the body, even though the body is opened up, the hearts and lungs are still working. But sometimes they do pull stuff literally outside of the body. They will pull the heart out of the body, the lungs. Do they pull both of them out of the body at the same time? I'm not sure about that. But they will still work outside of the body as long as they're hooked up to everything still. So crazy. It's so crazy. Extracorporeally is an adverb. The heart and the lungs are working extracorporeally. It's a fun, long word to say. So what else would be extracorporeal? Well, sometimes people are just born with, or as they're in the womb, their heart might be extracorporeal. It might be outside of their body for some reason. Sometimes weird things like this happen. I think doctors can go in and actually do surgery while the baby is still growing in the womb and put it back in their body, put the heart back in their body, which is crazy that they can do that. Extracorporeal, anything just outside of the body that's not supposed to be there. Oh, look, my ad block is being updated. Fantastic. Okay, that was that one. Now we're going to go to the last one. Pew! The last word is extracranial. extracranial. Adjective from circa 1884. This is situated or occurring outside the cranium. If you have to pull your brain out, it would be extracranial. And I don't know what else would be extracranial. I mean, I guess all this on the head is the cranium. Is the cranium just the top part? Is it the whole thing? If I pull some snot out, is that extracranial snot? I don't know. All right, it's a little bit of a long episode because I had a lot to say about extras. So let's pick a word of the episode. We had extirpate, extol, extort, extortion, extortionary, extortionate, extra, base hit, extracellular, extrachromosomal, extracorporeal, extracranial. I think I'm just going to pick extra. It doesn't matter which one of the forms, just extra. Of course, extra is the word of the episode. Extra is the word of the episode. Pfft, my mouth didn't work. It's so fun to be extra. I can make sounds better than this. I just, for some reason, don't go full volume. But if you're being extra, you got to be full volume. I don't think there's anybody in the office, and my door's closed, so who cares? Who cares? Extra! Okay, that's the end of the episode because I don't have another movie to tell you about, but we are going to go see one tonight, so I'll tell you about that tomorrow, I guess. This is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for checking out this show, this extra show, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information in an extra manner. Goodbye.